Welcome to Lummy Show. Imagine you're having your lunch, you look up and you see that. Some guy just staring at you. You'd be like this. Is he looking at? Some guy just staring at us. Or maybe he was staring at me because he thought I was staring at him. Maybe we looked at each other at the same time. Well, maybe I saw it was. No. He was definitely looking at me when I looked at him. Is he still looking at me? Is he still looking at me? Do you check to see? Cool. Nah, I wasn't staring at us. Maybe he was looking at me, but looking at me in that way that, you just look right through somebody, you don't even know you're doing it, but that's what it probably was. Or maybe we did look at each other at the same time. Maybe... No. He was definitely looking at me when I looked at him, I'm sure. Because I turned around and I... Caught a Dillion. Caught sneaking back for another wee look. Yeah, that's me made a connection with the guy now. I've got to get out of this. I've got to get out. The guy knows I'm interested and I'm not in a sexual way, but he knows I'm thinking about him now. He knows I'm thinking about him, he knows I'm thinking about... He knows that I know that he knows that... Do you know what I mean? I've got to get out of this. I've got to break this connection. You know what I mean? I'm just, getting on with my life, mate. Let's the two ways just move on. You know what I mean? I'm not interested, mate. Not interested. Oh, bigger fish to fry, mate. Bigger fish to fry. Shit. No, I'm not looking away this time. No. You started it, I'm finishing it. I caught you, you caught me. That's 50-50. This is it. Me and you, all the way down the line. Let's go. What are you looking at? Sorry, false alarm.
Jacqueline, I've had a look through your CV, but you don't seem to have any experience in dry cleaning. Do you have any?
No.
Do you have any experience of cleaning garments professionally?
No.
Working in a laundrette, ironing clothes in a hotel? Do you have...
Look, mate, I used to be a junkie. Alright, I'm just going to lay my cards on the table, mate. I used to be a junkie. I've not got any experience. I lost 3 years of my life on heroin. And another 5 years on a methadone programme. It was meant to get us off it. Alright, but that's me clean now. When I saw your advert in the paper for the job, dry cleaners, I was like, that's a sign. That's got to be a sign, mate. Do you know what I mean? I thought, I've got to have this job. I'm not looking for any special treatment, mate. I can just promise you that I'll work my hardest to get your clothes clean. The same way that I worked hard to get myself clean, do you know what I mean? 'Cause that's me working for two now, mate. That's me got my daughter back. That's me working for two. I need this job, mate. I want this job. I'm working for two now, do you know what I mean?
Look, it's okay.
No, it's not okay, mate. I should have came here. I've got no experience, you're right. I made a fool of myself.
Jacqueline, I had a relative who found themselves in the same situation you're in, and I wasn't there to help. And I hope you don't mind the personal reasons behind my decision. I'd like to offer you the job.
You're joking?
No. Can you start on Monday?
Too right, mate. Oh, that's brilliant news. What a start of the weekend, eh?
Good excuse to go and get hammered, eh?
What?
I said it's a good excuse to go out and get hammered this weekend. Starting work on Monday.
What did you just say to me?
What's wrong?
The fuck you on about? What's wrong? After everything I told you about me getting clean, pure open up my heart to you. Now you're like, oh, is that your way to get full of the smack again this weekend, eh, Jacqueline? Get your jolty fuck.
Jacqueline, I never said that.
Told you I'm clean, alright? Too clean for this pitch day. These are dirty.
American forces in Afghanistan have came under some of the most intense fire since the beginning of their campaign in a town only 5 miles from Kabul. Did you hear what I said there? I said Kabul. Kabul. Not Kabul, like we would say over here, but Kabul, like they would say over there. Impressive, isn't it? Of course, you wouldn't hear me say this. The Netherlands will tonight go to the ballot box in a crucial vote that could spell the end of the notorious red light districts of Amsterdam. Or the President of America will later today attend a memorial service at the site of the World Trade Center attacks in New York. Or a fire has broke out on a North Sea oil rig just off the coast of Shetland. The Shetland Islands up there in Shetland. No, that would be silly, wouldn't it? I only do it for places like Kabul.
Yeah. Imagine getting knocked down by an ambulance. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? It's not. It's not.
Every day in my school, there's always some class getting gym. And in every class, there's always somebody who's forgot their trainers. But that never stops them from getting some exercise. A punishment exercise. I thought, hold on, there's a wee gap in the market here. So I bought a pair of sannies, just a daft pair of slip-ons out of shops. A hefty investment, but the higher the risk, the higher the return. The next day, I goes walking up the gym queue like that. Anybody looking for trainers? Sannies for hire, sannies. Aye, me. Me and all. Mark and Colin bolt up to us at the exact same time. I was like that. We've got a problem, lads. I've only got one pair of trainers. Mark was like that. I shouted first. Colin was like that. Aye, but I got to him first. I was like, look, lads, I've got an idea. Take a trainer each. They were like that. Are you mental? I says, no, listen. They split the hall into two, didn't they? Yous are in two different classes, two different teachers. Mark, you go up to Mrs MacArthur with your trainer and hit her with a sob story about how the other fell out her bag, right? Same with Mrs Ferguson, Colin. She normally doesn't fall for the missing trainer's patter, but having a trainer on you will lend the story a certain believability, right? They were like, worth a try. I says, cool, 20p each. 40p, man, can you believe it? A 40% return on my investment already. Anyway, so I catches up with them at the end of the day, see how they got on. I was dreading it if the truth be known. And they were like, Gary, you're a genius. I was like, thank God. And that was the end of that. No, it wasn't. Because a couple of days later, there's me in the middle of serving a customer, and I gets a horn slapped in my shoulder. Turns around, and there's Martin Collin with pure scowls on their faces. They were like that. We want our money back. It didn't work. I was like that. Aye, it did. They were like that. No, it didn't. They tells us they got pulled out of our classroom, and our teachers are like to them, boys, we've just had a conversation about how two of our pupils, in the exact same gym hall, on the exact same day, managed to lose the exact same sand shoe. Can you explain why that is? I was like, oh, you are joking. They were like, no, 500 lines each. It's no joke, so give our money back. I was like, no chance. I provided you with a solution to your problem at that moment in time. The problem being imminent Poniekis. Yous knew the risks, yous accepted the deal, no refund. Two of them started squaring up to me like that. Don't want to hear it, Gary. Money, no. I was like that. It's came to this then, has it? And I chucked the money on the deck, told them not to come back, and they were like that. So what? So what? See, they two, they're not getting a line a pair of trainers for the rest of their lives. No honours in any fights. No dragging them out of the grog pit. Nothing. That's them on themselves.
Right. Right, ta. We've got to save the planet. That's what they say. Our planet is dying. Good. Don't want to save the planet. Because the reason for saving the planet is so that it can be enjoyed by future generations, isn't it? But what if I hate them? Because here we've got the next generation right here. Look. He looks like his trousers have fell down. See, in my day, see if you look like that, it would be because your trousers have fell down. That's the sort of thing you used to run up behind people and day to them. I hate him. And that's for generations to come, people 500 years from now. I've not even met them and I hate them already. And you should as well, because they'll be looking back to this day and age and they'll be laughing at us, calling us barbarians, pure giving us a hard time. Why would you want to leave him a beautiful planet that's in perfect nick? I couldn't bear the thought of people on my planet pure living up. No way. You know what the saddest thing is? We won't be there to laugh back at them, to give them a hard time. But we can get the planet to give them a hard time on our behalf by destroying it. By leaving them a planet so ravaged that they just need to step out into the sunlight and their skin will fall off. And in that small way, even though we'll be dead, we'll have lived on through dear old Mother Earth. So cheer up. It's not the end of the world.
Severe floods in North Wales have left almost 700 people homeless, many without adequate food or shelter. Did you see that? I said 700 people homeless. Watch how I shake my head. 700 people homeless. Watch how I wave my hands. 700 people homeless. That's a little trick I use in order to help you know that what I just told you is bad news.
Sorry to interrupt the show, folks. I've got an idea. It's a wee trick we can play on all the folks no watching the show tonight, right? What it is, see when you're out and about, see if you see a stone on the ground, pick it up, and on the ground, draw an arrow. See if you can be bothered, keep it with you, take it with you, and wherever you go, every now and again, another arrow on the ground. If enough of you is there, your arrows will lead to somebody else's arrows that will lead to somebody else's. Arrows that lead to arrows that lead to arrows. Let's send these bastards everywhere.
You'll never catch me. I'm your worstest nightmare.
Imagine it. Imagine seeing your doppelganger. Imagine seeing somebody who's identical to you in every way. How mental would that be, eh? Aye, well, come here.
Dogs. In the 70s, you had your Alsatian, you know, your German Shepherd. And in the 80s, you had your Doberman. You know, your Doberman Pinscher. In the late 80s and 90s, you had your Rottweiler. And now, it's your Bull Terrier. Your Staffordshire Bull Terrier, Pit Bull Terrier. It's just totally out of control, isn't it? So what the government did, and this was a while back, you only remember this, was they got in touch with the Kennel Club and they said, no more. If yous breed any more of these dangerous dogs, then we're no letting you breed any. And the Kennel Club said, are you sure about that? And see, after a moment's thought, the government backed down. Because they knew they could ban every kind of breed of dog that there is. They couldn't ban dogs altogether. 'Cause what people would end up doing is they would swap out their old dogs for a breed of dog that wasn't a breed of dog. And you know what that is? The wolf. Picture one of these swines with a wolf. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Computer, locate all global instances of men wearing low-slung denims. Approximately 102 million instances worldwide. Select 3 at random that are within CCTV range. Selected. On screen. Computer, give some controls. Computer, synchronise controls with all global instances of low-slung denims. Computer, activate microphone. Activated. Pull up your trousers. You're watching Adventure Call. My name is Falconhoof, and I will be your guide on your quest. Greetings, Line 6. What is your name, traveller?
Ped!
Greetings, Ped. Are you ready to begin your quest?
No, I'm no Ped, you're Ped.
What is your name, traveller?
It's Stu.
Are you ready to begin your quest?
You don't remember me, don't you know?
Have you been on Adventure Call before, Stu?
Ped, it's Stu. Stuart Richmond for school, mind.
Oh, Stu. Stu. Greetings, old friend. Would you like to begin your quest?
Aye, on you go. I'm only wanting to say hello, really.
You are at the bottom of a well.
Mad Ped.
There is a... Sorry, traveller?
No, I was just saying, mad Ped. I can't believe you're on the telly. It was Graham that told us I bumped into him in a horseshoe and I was like, what's mad Ped up to nowadays? He says you're on the telly doing some daft quiz show. I was like, that mad man. How'd you land on your feet anyway, you maddie?
There is a... To your east is a loose brick in the wall of the well.
Sorry, Ped. I didn't mean to embarrass you, mate.
It's okay, traveller, but I must ask you to believe in adventure, otherwise it will not be true. I am Falconhoof, if you know what I mean.
Aye, no bother, mate. I'm just wanting to say hello. Stacey says hello and all, by the way. Right, all the best, Ped. I'll maybe catch up with you later, right? Maybe if you head
Stacey?
out to the horse.
Stacey that I used to...
Aye, Stacey. I told her what Graham said, that you've got this quiz show. She's really happy for you, mate. She still really likes you, mate.
Really?
Aye, likes you a lot, mate.
And are you seeing Stacey as... Is she your travelling partner, if you like?
No, I'm not going out with her, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry. Nah, just shagging her now and then. But, nah, I'm not going out with her, so feel free to batter in any time, mate.
I see. Okay. Goodbye, traveller.
See you, Ped. Aye, batter in, just not on a Wednesday, alright?
Let's take another call. See if you can escape the well. You see, the problem with being on a bus is you sometimes get this overwhelming urge to just blurt something out and make a complete fool of yourself, don't you?
The Prime Minister has warned that a full economic recovery could take longer than expected and that government borrowing may increase in years to come. Did you see what I did there? When I said longer than expected, I looked down at the piece of paper, didn't I? That's because it was a quote. I read off the autocue and it said, the Prime Minister warned that a full economic recovery could take, read quote number 5. I looked down to my quote sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Longer than expected. Pretty neat, huh?
We're all thinking about each other, aren't we?
Aye.
Thought so.
I want you inside me, hen.
Fucking... I don't work right. And people think that makes your head go to pot. But I spot things. I think about things that other people haven't got the time for. Like, there was this advert on the telly about 4 in the morning for one of the CD collections, and the song it was playing was that I wanna know what love is by Foreigner, and it had the names of all these other songs coming up, like Sheena Easton, Modern Girl, and Love Bites by Def Leppard, and they were in white. Then I wanna know what love is by Foreigner popped up, but that was in yellow. And I was like, right, so if the words are in yellow, that means that's the song it's playing, cool. Then the song changed to Crockett's Theme by Jan Hammer, and I was like, right, So soon we'll be seeing a wee Jan Hammer, Crockett's theme in Yella. I get it now. Lionel Richie, Hello. That was in White. Right, Here I Go Again, Whitesnake. That was in White, I know. Cool. Guess what comes up in Yella? You guessed it. South Cohen of Sand by Belinda Carlisle, I was like that.
What?
Then the song came on. But they mention a Jan Hammer. No once. People like that, I know. They do. You must be gone brain dead, just sitting about doing fuck all day. But I must have been the only guy that spotted that, man.
Do you wanna go faster? Then scream! Get on the outside, the left side's the best side. Scream if you wanna go faster! Scream, scream, scream!
I'd like to move on now and talk about your first real taste of the West End stage environment. At the age of 19, you were thrust into the lead role of Hamlet. A very young age to take on such a prominent role, usually reserved for actors of around twice the age. I mean, that must have been a very proud achievement for you.
Sure, previous to myself playing Hamlet, it was generally regarded as a role for 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds. But Stuart Havish of the Windsor Theatre, who was the director of the Windsor Theatre at the time, he gave me my big break, as it were, and I haven't looked back since. So it's great. Yeah, very proud achievement.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you later.